My brothers and sisters, I find this article here from Natural Foods on Reddit. The cost of groceries. Are food prices going up? Food prices in December 2023 increased 2.7% from the same time in 2022. Updated January 11, 2024, to reflect the most recent Consumer Price Index data. Have food prices been rising? Absolutely. Thanks to a combination of inflation, pandemic-related supply chain disruptions, and tariffs on certain foreign imports, food prices have steadily risen since 2020. But inflation has been slowing in the past year, and the latest data shows the cost of groceries aren't rising as fast as they once were. Food prices rose 2.7% between December 2022 and December 2023, according to the most recent Consumer Price Index (CPI) report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. By comparison, prices rose 10.4% over the previous one-year period in 2022. The CPI uses indexes to measure changes in average costs of items in a given period. There are specific indexes for these items, including food costs. The BLS also found that the index for food-at-home groceries is 1.3% higher year over year. From November to December, grocery costs rose slightly by 0.1%. Restaurant patrons are still paying more 5.2% for food than they did a year ago. And the price index rose 0.3% from November to December. Specifically, limited service meals takeout only rose 5.9% year over year, while full-service sit-down restaurant meals rose 4.5% year over year. Overall, the annual food inflation rate has been declining for more than a year. Why are food prices rising? Food prices are rising because of several factors, including inflation, labor costs, the supply chain, and the war in Ukraine, Israel, and the Middle East too. Labor costs are still high, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Food production costs are estimated to increase 4.1% in 2023, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Droughts and wildfires in the western U.S. led to lower-than-average crop yields from farms in that region, driving up consumer costs for food, according to NPR. Supply chain issues that have continued since the pandemic have affected food supply. The war in Ukraine, a country nicknamed the breadbasket of Europe, has impacted the country's ability to export food. Ukraine's food exports have historically accounted for 9% of the global wheat market and 12% of the corn market, according to the USDA's Foreign Agricultural Service. Food prices are projected to rise in 2024 because the war in Israel and the Middle East too, my brothers and sisters. The rest of the story here, albeit at a slower pace than they did in 2023, according to the USDA. Recent changes to food costs. The latest CPI data show the biggest price change in the egg index, which increased 8.9% from November to December. Egg prices rose sharply throughout much of 2022 and 2023 due to an avian flu. Despite the rise in prices in December, the cost of eggs is down 23.8% from a year ago. Annual decreases December 2022 to December 2023 have been most dramatic among the following indexes: eggs -23.8%, lettuce -16.7%, tomatoes -7.2%, apples -5.9%, fresh vegetables -4.8%. Annual increases December 2022 to December 2023 have been most dramatic among the following indexes: frozen non-carbonated juices and drinks +19.1%, food from vending machines and mobile vendors +13.1%, uncooked beefsteaks +11.2%, uncooked beef roasts +8.9%, beef and veal +8.7%. How are food prices tracked? Food prices are tracked by several federal agencies, including the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks the CPI, which measures the change in average price that consumers pay for goods and services, including food. So the CPI is also a measure of inflation. In the CPI, the cost of food is of high relative importance to the overall index, compared to the other tracked goods and services. Food costs make up 13.4% of the index, to be exact. Its importance is second only to shelter's 34.73%. But food prices, like energy, also tend to be more volatile, and for that reason it is usually left out of the core inflation version of the index. The Bureau of Economic Analysis measures the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. The PCE tracks how much consumers spend on goods and services, as well as how consumers change spending habits in response to price shifts. Food is considered a non-durable good in its analysis. Core PCE, the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation, also excludes food and energy. The U.S. Department of Agriculture measures the cost of different food plans. These plans are adjusted each month based on CPI data and average family income levels, thrifty or low, moderate and liberal. The Thrifty Food Plan is the basis for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and other social media platforms to My Brothers and Sisters.